This is the word to go, y'all.
Well, hello, guys. Happy New Year. It's 2023. Hopefully, it's a better year. Hopefully, it's a better year for all of us. Honestly,
so.
you know, like we all hope so, right?
We all hope so.
So, holy moly. Yes, yes.
That was a hell of a year, man.
Yeah, what a hell of a year.
Hell of a year.
We think we're climbing up that hill and it goes, oop, little loopy. You know, but I love you guys. I love you so much.
Thank you. I love you too. Happy 2023. Here we are.
Yes.
You guys, I'm excited for this year. We got a lot of changes coming to GAWTV. I'm so excited that I get to do another year with the two of you and all of our friends, our gorgeous members, our gorgeous nation. While you guys are here, we obviously have an amazing guest, yes, lined up for you today. But before we get started, before we get there, make sure you like this video because you like us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Subscribe because you don't want to miss any guests coming up. Certainly not. Nope. And maybe hit that bell icon because we love it when you do that.
We love it so much because we want you to stay notified of all of our fabulousness in 2023. Lots to come, as Mickie said. And yes, some changes are happening. We have transitioned from Patreon over to YouTube membership. So if you are watching on YouTube, or if you're listening on the GAWcast, you can watch on YouTube and you can see which tier suits you to become part of our YouTube family. And I will tell you that we promised you guys we were going to start off 2023 with a bang. See what I did there? Ready? Get it? Bang. DDP. Diamond Dallas Page is here as our first guest of the year. So let's welcome the legendary DDP to GAWTV.
Yay!
Man,
we got him.
Trouble getting on here.
What a setup,
ladies.
Look at that setup behind you. Hello.
Oh my God. What a backdrop. What a backdrop.
I literally.
Thank you so much for being on our show, DDP.
Well,
seriously, we're so honored.
Great to be here. You know, we've had a little bit of cold weather out here, which, you know, I'm from New Jersey, so I'm used to cold weather, but it's literally single digits outside right now. And I've been doing the ice tubbing, right? But I've been doing it all with my own ice, and I got a horse trough. And over these last week, I haven't really needed that. Well, today I just videoed a little inspirational thing where I step into 29-degree water.
Whoa.
That's the coldest it's ever been. And I stayed in for 4 minutes.
Because you're in Atlanta, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we're in Nashville, and it's 5 degrees out because we got the snowstorm that came in last night. And -15 with the wind chill. I went to leave to go to the gym today, and I got down to the Dollar General, down to the intersection, and turned around and said, nope. Nick was so upset. I'm like, nope, we're not doing it. We're going to work out at the house. That's just it. Not worth it.
Not happening.
Yeah, I literally went from the tub to the hot tub and then went back in the tub because you're really supposed to finish with the cold water because I'll tell you, I'm the leanest I've ever been for still eating Not a Moo ice cream every night. But I went back into the cold tub for a minute. I said, I'm going to rough it, man. I'm just going to get changed. And I got like freezing cold. So I jumped in a hot shower and threw some sweats on, and here I am.
What are the benefits of ice tubbing, if I can ask? What is it, just good for like your circulation, or what does it do?
You know, I don't know enough about, the science of it. I just know I came across it mainly by seeing other people do it. Mm-hmm. And for me, I've been doing it for 4 months now, but I do a lot of stuff. I mean, that's just one of the things that I do, but I've been doing it every single day I'm home, and I'm never less than 49 degrees. I try to get it around in the low 40s. Like I'll add ice to the horse trough, which is a pain in the ass, but it's sometimes you can just be like, right now, I don't need anything. It's really great for energy, and they call it brown fat. I don't know enough about that to say this, but I am so lean. Like, this is There is no fat. Zero.
Oh my God.
Love handles. Zero.
Wow.
And
Wow.
my diet's good too, but and we all know that's a huge part of it. But this ice tub thing, is really taking it to the next level for me, So
DDP, I need to give you Candace Michelle's phone number and Kenji. Her husband's a chiropractor, and they had me do the ice tub and then go to the hot tub back and forth. And Candace gets like an outer body experience. So they know really detailed about this receipt.
She tried to get me to do it in her pool.
I did it.
Noises. She goes, there's a release that happens when you step into the water, and you make these noises that your body just makes you just have to kind of release it. Nick swears by
it's almost like meditation, right, Mickey? It's almost like meditation, right?
I don't know. I didn't last but like 10 seconds.
Yeah, no.
I could not. I don't like the idea of being cold even below 70. So the idea of I was really stepping out of my shell just to get in the water. I didn't last very long at all.
Yeah,
she was in there like
to do it 4 times.
Yeah, I don't know. She was in there for like
Michelle. Yeah, how long?
Lisa.
Go ahead, Mickey.
I think she was in there for at least a solid minute.
I couldn't do it. I did 40. She said, let's do baby steps, 45 seconds for you. And she was like going, oh. And I go, what is happening? What is happening? She's really embracing all that stuff. You need to talk to them. They know all those tricks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I was going to say the brown fat is really common in women. Like women tend to have more brown fat cells than men typically, but it's like, that's the harder fat to get rid of. That's the one that sticks with you and stays with you. Right?
Yeah, I guess I'm just in the early stages. All I know is that I'm going to be 67 in 3 months, and I'm the best. I don't know. I can't believe I'm in this shape, in this mindset. Like I've got 5 things going right now that will change. Some of them will change people's lives. Most of my buddies are all retired.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine it. So it's whatever edge I can create. Like when I wake up, if I get up early enough, I get in my hyperbaric chamber for anywhere from a half an hour to an hour. Then I get out of there, and it's called Live O2, and it's an oxygen deprivation mask. Okay. So there's a bag next to my bike, which is 8 foot by probably 3 foot. And the top 6.5 feet has 90% oxygen being pumped into it by 2 concentrators. And then the lower part, the lower 1.5 feet, it's either 10,000 feet or 22,000 feet. So understand that right now we're breathing in 21% oxygen, where 10,000 feet would be like 16% oxygen. When you're at 22,000 feet, you're at 8% oxygen. Now, in the beginning, this kind of tripped me out because your brain will just go fight or flight. That's why we can survive so many things. That's why a woman can grab a car and pull it off her baby, if something was happening to her kid, whatever that thing is that clicks on, fight or flight. When I first did it without the guy training me, and he only came and trained me one day, the first time I did it and I just took off and started pedaling, I ripped the mask off because I wasn't getting enough oxygen. And all I had to do was reach over and go click. And it would have went from, at that time, 12% oxygen to 90%. But my brain still went, get it off.
Yes.
So today I'm doing 22%, or I should say 22,000 feet, which is 8% oxygen. And I will do that anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. And then I go into a sprint. Say it's 10 minutes, where I'll do 30 seconds at 8% oxygen, and then go right to 90% for 30, then 30, 30, 30, 30. So I do 3 sets of that. And by the time I get to that 4th set, there ain't no breathing in and out my nose. I'm like gasping for air. My body is like is going as far as it can go. And it took me a while to build up to that. But I'll do 5 sprints and then just breathe in 90% oxygen for the next 7 minutes, which will be about 25 minutes total. But during that 7 minutes, and anyone doing this without the oxygen, just taking 10 deep breaths, like really deep breaths, and then pushing all the air out and holding it as long as you can. And then take that deep breath when you have to. Well, I'm on the bike, and so I'm still staying active. But when you push that air out, like you right away, you want to breathe in the oxygen, but you hold it and you hold it. And then when you let it go, just like when you first put the 90% oxygen in, now this oxygen is going deep into your muscle tissue and up into your brain. And it's really hard to break the brain blood barrier, but getting oxygen on the brain is one of the best things. And everybody who's ever done what we've done should have to do that. You know,
Right.
What is a hyperchamber? DDP, what's a hyperchamber? I don't know what that is.
A hyperbaric chamber is like the one I have is 15% PSI, which means pounds per square inch. So the chamber that I'll go in, it takes 15 minutes to fill the pressure. Now think of your scuba diving at 40, 45 feet below sea level. What's happening here, you're breathing in 100% oxygen and you are submerged. And what they found back from World War II, and this is where the studies of the whole hyperbaric chamber comes from, like Mayo Clinic's got it, Emory Clinic's got it, like every big hospital has one. And they go to 30 PSI, and the whole tube is filled with oxygen. The one I'm in, you can't have one of those in your house. The one I'm in is like a bag. When it inflates, it's like hitting steel. It's completely like locked down. There's straps all around it, and you're breathing in 100% oxygen at this whatever you're under. I'm normally like under 40, 45 feet below sea level. Again, oxygen going to the brain. And it takes that, like either how I'm doing it with the LiVO2 or the hyperbaric chamber. I would suggest anybody who's interested in learning about it, just look up LiVO2, because that guy, I've met him personally. It's almost as effective as the hyperbaric chamber for your brain and for your body, but it's like 10% of the cost.
Wow.
So, yeah. And plus you're getting conditioning and you're getting lean because my wife does the treadmill when she's doing it. And she's like you, Mickie, where she's put her leg in that tub twice and got out. Never.
No, thank you, ma'am.
No, thank you. I want to attack the brown fat, but I do not want to freeze to death.
No.
I'd rather sit in that sauna and hope it just sweats off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
You're
is
a
another
sunshine
good
weather
thing.
kind of gal.
I do good with the hot therapy, Dallas. I don't do good with the cold therapy. I wish I could. I don't wish I could. I don't know. I feel like I immediately go into this mode.
I've always wanted to
into
try
like
it. Because I hate being hot. I get like dizzy and I hate it. I get nauseous. But being cold, I don't mind so much. I've seen all the Real Housewives do like the cryotherapy, and it looks intriguing. I might give it a try.
Give it a whirl.
Give it a whirl. So before we wrap up here, and you've been amazing. Of course, we knew you would be. And again, I genuinely feel uplifted and refreshed from this conversation about the new year and things that I can hopefully kick ass on like you're doing. But we would love to know, you have the floor to tell us about upcoming projects or what you're excited for in 2023.
Well, they got a couple things, but the one thing I want to mention, because when I was doing the thing for AEW, and I was doing the little angle with MJF, and at some point I stopped talking and I was taking that beat, and the entire building in AEW started chanting yoga. That's when I knew,
Wow.
oh my God.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was like it's part of my reel when I do a speaking gig or whatever. The biggest thing I'm excited about, we shot a docu-series, not a reality show, a docu-series called Change or Die. And Butterbean is in it, and Butterbean couldn't I don't know if any of you've seen him, over the last 2 years at any autograph sessions, but he can't stand up. He's walked like this, like
Yeah.
the Hunchback in Notre Dame with no hunchback. He just can't stand up because his body's so beat up. And then Marcus Bagwell, who has a real problem back then with addiction, but like so many addicts, did not see him as an addict. Right. And the journey that he goes on. Then there's two women that come in, one girl named Cece, who carried 335 pounds better than I've ever seen a woman ever. Like, she carried it really well. And she's a Latino girl who takes no shit. And then there's a black woman named Mildred, and she's older. She's like my age, like 66. And then there's this kid, and there's one. I've 6 rooms in where I had Resurrection Jake the Snake, and I've kept that home. And I was doing some, renting it out for a while, but I took it back to film this docu-series. And one of my good friends, Josh Nair, is one of my trainers and head of my certification program. He came in and stayed there for 3 months with the people while I came and went, and Josh would train when I wasn't there, and everybody was at a different level. But we had one room open, and I got a text from a friend of mine, and he said, "Look at this kid, 466 pounds. I'm following him on TikTok. I'm going to buy him a year's of your program on your app. Can you send me a 30-second inspirational? He can do it." Now, I had one room left. I hadn't given it up yet. And I text him back, "Do you know him?" He said, "No, we're just following him." I said, "Get his number for me." So I called him up.
Tyler? Is it Tyler?
Okay. Taylor. Yeah. So I call him up. He doesn't know who I am. He's not a wrestling fan. We talked, though, and of course, I'm sure he Googled me at that point, And then I turned one of my producers, Nadia, onto him, and I said, "You interview him, and you tell me what you think." So she calls me back. She's like, "Oh, D, we have to have him." I'm like, "Okay, bring him in." So we bring him in, and everybody in the beginning, these are 5 of the most different people you're ever going to put together in one place. I'm not looking for conflict. I'm looking to help bring people together, to help each other. That's what I do. And that's what Steve does. And it's not just me. I have this unbelievable team of people, right down to my crew members and editors and filmmakers, because they're all involved. And they all give a shit, they care. And now we're going to, weigh everyone, take their measurements. Because is it about weight? Yes, but no. Is it about beat up and broken down? Yes, but no. Is it about teaching people how to eat real food? Yeah, but no. It's about this. It's about the 6-inch piece of real estate in between their ears. It's about helping people. Like, if you watch this docu-series, you will learn how to not just change your life, but go in a direction to start owning your life. And that's the goal. So this kid gets on the scale. And he's scared to death to get on it. And like everybody does, they look down. Well, when you're 400 plus pounds, when you look up and down, it does this. So I said, "Stop moving. Just look at us. The scale's going to talk to you." And then the scale says 513 pounds. And he just broke down, started crying, because he's 5'1", 513 pounds and this is the week before his 22nd birthday. That kid becomes the heartbeat of the docu-series. And what's really special about what we do, like in Hollywood, let's use Biggest Loser as an example, or whatever the show would be, Intervention, whenever the show ends, they pack up and go to the next thing.
Yeah.
We don't. We keep filming everyone who keeps putting the work in. And that's why you saw Marcus, who was in a really dark spot, really start to grab his life. And it was a long journey in between. And it's going to be really special because, like, we haven't figured out the ending, but we've got the first 4 episodes in the can, and they're good. They're really good. And we haven't even sold it yet because we're not ready yet.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, we haven't sold
I
it. We
do have
haven't
a
tried.
question. The trailer that you sent to me, the sizzle reel, is that available for everybody to see?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay, I can't say what. Okay, because the big pop for me was between 2 people.
No, you can say, you can talk about the people are, it's going to be like
wow.
When let me tell you about Resurrection, then you'll understand what I'm doing right now. When we were shooting Resurrection, Jake fell a number of times, and now we've got to go back and talk about that, and we've got to try to fix it and try to move forward. The one thing for Jake is every time he fell, he got a little bit better. But I got to tell you, I can't tell you how many times me and Steve would look at each other, and I would inevitably say, do you think anybody's ever going to see this? Because there was no guarantee. And it only works if Jake is sober. It doesn't work if he's not.
Right.
And it doesn't happen. After the way Beyond the Mat screwed Jake, like I told him, bro, I said, you know who you are to me. This will never air unless you are behind it. It'll never air. So when my guys' crew gave me my first look, you always got the first draft, and then you start editing and changing. Mm-hmm. I got 2/3 of the way through the first draft, and I got up and I said, this is not this movie. This sucks. And they're like, no, wait till the end. The end. No, this isn't the movie. I don't want to see the end. I know the fucking end. This is not this movie. This is a guy's resurrection. This isn't about the drama and the bullshit. Is it going to be there? Yes, but you go back to the drawing board. So they all knew, and they worked so hard, even though I paid them all the whole way. They didn't know if it was going to air because Jake still got to watch it. And it's very hard as an addict to watch your shit when they've got it on film. It's very hard. But Jake, he made me a promise. We walked in that room to watch it together that no matter what, he wouldn't leave. Because I saw it and I said, this is amazing. Now, does he see that? And
I'm sure he does. He does.
Oh, he did. He loved it. And he knows how many lives he's changed. He gets so knowing what I did there was no guarantee that it would ever be seen. I filmed this with the same reverence because we know what we have, and I know it's going to air in 2023, and then we're going to start on the one for 2024. But for right now, we got to get this. We've learned so much. And it all comes down to, if you go back to the Arthur thing, do you want to make an ad or you want to inspire people? Yeah. And that's really what it comes. That's how we change people's lives. Like there's a video right now out of a woman named Diane who couldn't get up and off the toilet. She's 71 years old. You have to see Diane at 72 years old. She's one of our videos that just went out and is going viral right now. And her name is Diane Kutos. But you look up DDP Yoga and Diane, it'll probably come up. But so many people are like sharing it like this is my grandmom or this is my mom. And I want to help her. And then we've got this other one coming out, and her name is Pam. Like I had 11 champions this year. One grand champion who took him 3 years of doing the contest to end up a champion. Didn't be a finalist in the first 2 years. He kept going and won it in that third year. And then there's 10 fellow champions. And It's $250,000 in the way of there's 100 books. Every book has 25,000. One book has 250,000. So the minimum they make is 25,000. Then I split the other 25,000 between 10 people and give them all 2,500 bucks and fly them in, put them up, do their story. You know what they want more than anything? That championship belt. That's what they want. And to be a part of a very elite group of people that work hard and help. And some will still fall down, but they'll pick right back up again. And everybody will come around them and encourage them. This is the one thing I'll tell anybody who's still listening to me talk. Don't listen to a word I've said about anything. Go on Facebook, one word, DDP Yoga. It's not my page. It's a member site. There's over 75,000 people on that page. And every person I've talked about is on there at some point or another. And a lot of people come there looking for hope. And some of those people who put the work in and follow the yellow brick road, who do the list and get enlightened, they end up inspiring other people and sharing it. And that's really, Mickie, a really long way around to get back why I do what I do, because nothing feels better than helping people. Like the other day, I just went into Walmart and a couple places, just walked around. Can I give you a Christmas present? And just giving people from one of my signings, you know, just giving it, and the faces. And some people are like, what? They don't believe it. Other people are like, oh my God, you know, like, thank you. Because it's like just sharing. It's just sharing. Because when I was 22, and this is when I'm leaving on this note here, when I was 22, I heard a guy named Zig Ziglar say, you can get whatever you want as long as you help enough people get what they want. Now, he didn't say it exactly like that, but that's what I took from it and made it my own. And that's it, man. Shit, you know, especially this time of year, people help each other more than normal. And, you know, it's the beginning of the year here, January 4th. There's no better time. Go check out that DDP Yoga one word Facebook and join that group and just ask them the questions. And Positively Unstoppable Challenge is going on right now. It'll be going on till the end of September.
Yes,
We love you, Dallas. We love you. You are so,
click it.
Well, you're so inspiring and just like it's so contagious, which is so beautiful, right? You guys, it's just like, wow. Thank you so much for being on our show.
We love you. Cheers to all you're doing and all the changes in the
world.
Thank you, ladies.
This is the word to go, yo.